Shakal, Halayim La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan, and this will be grooming for death. Grooming for death. Now, what you're looking at is a blurred out picture of Dwayne Wade and his biological born son, now wannabe daughter. Okay? Now, believe me, this way of life and energy wasn't given to us from the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. He actually told us not to live this way. And we being his children, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, okay? He told us not to live this way. So first I want to get a Bible verse, okay? And this is dedicated to the wicked, to Edom and the wicked, okay? Because the earth, Job 9:24, is given to the hands of the wicked, all right? So this is Sirach, Ecclesiastes, Sirach 14, starting at 5. He that is evil to himself, okay? Who has been evil towards himself? Once again, this earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He is not only seek to destroy you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, along with 16 other nations. Notice I said 16 other nations because it's 18 altogether, including him. But he is the self-destroyer of himself. He has not even spared his own people in his quest to destroy everything that he touches, that he rules over. Okay, it's not enough for him to rule over, but he is just a destroyer of life. Okay, that's why I named this grooming for death. Now, let me make this point clear. He that is evil to himself, who am I accusing him being evil to himself? Once again, who runs this world? Edom, the so-called white man, the red man. Okay, that shouldn't be disputed at now. You got to go all the way back to the basics if you still missing that point. Okay, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. They run it financially, spiritually, mentally. Okay, through the left hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, other than the election that Yahweh has appointed to remove them from the mind state of this world. Okay, he that is evil to himself. So I've already established that the evil to himself starts with Edom, but all men are arisen one man. Anybody can fit in this category, but the overall nationality of this evil to himself is Edom. Okay, he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goodness. So how did, once again, that picture that I showed you, how did we get to that point where Dwayne Wade's son could be minus the male part, the proportion that makes you a male at this age? Who gave him the right? Dwayne Wade, his people did not have the science, the technology, or the approval to do such surgeries. He had to have permission. Okay, it started with the permission of who? The wicked. All right, I'm not gonna hold back. The wicked gave Dwayne Wade permission to mutilate his son, to allow his son to be mutilated. Okay, there is none worse than he that envious himself. Okay, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. Now, here's the point. And if he doth good, he doth it unwillingly. And at the least, he will declare his wickedness. Now, there's nothing good about where we are right now in politics, where it's supporting the ABC 1, 2, 3 agenda all the way to the max, where it's the abusive of how we letting our kids experiment on their bodies and telling parents that you have no say so, being the government putting there once again, he doesn't have any intentions to do good. So this is how I want to start this off. Okay, now let's get back to this photo. Once again, this is a blurred version of Dwayne Wade, which you see looks like a daughter, but that's actually his male born son. Okay. So let's get this word grooming. And we're not looking at the first definition, but anybody knows when you think of grooming, you think of cultivating, making something stronger, better. Whether you groom well, right here the animal, the first is brushing and cleaning the coat of a horse or a dog or another animal. What would you do that to? For strengthening, to beautify. All right. You trim. I think that's grooming. When you trim trees, you trim around the trees to clean them up and make them grow healthier. Now, this is grooming that we're focused on too. No matter what, when you think of grooming, you actually think of good things, but not now. All right, a particular or a practice or preparing or training someone for a practice, purpose, or activity. Now, you're gonna tell me that's not a practice or activity. And what are they doing? They're preparing our children to be destroyed. Okay, to be destroyed by the adversary, by Satan, because once again, these it's not the lifestyle that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is going to tolerate. Okay, so once again, the practice of preparing or training someone for a particular purpose or activity, and that's why I named this grooming for death, because with the United States, Babylon, and both sides are doing right now, and I don't believe that Trump is going to be no better than anybody else, and Kamala's definitely a demon crack. They're preparing the future of our children to just be destroyed completely, because if you turn away from these laws, statutes, and commandments, then you do not have the support of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai when you need them. Therefore, you're death. You're signed up for death. You're groomed for death. So let's get these verses and we'll get out of here. I pray that this be edifying. This is the book of Deuteronomy 23 and 17. There shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel, Yasharallah, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, and Hispanics. None of you supposed to be going around with multiple baby daddies, just partying all the time, spreading your legs to whoever and whenever. Okay. Not even of our nation, but definitely not outside our nation, but to no man. You're supposed to belong to one man, nor a sodomite of the sons of Yasharallah. What is a sodomite? Once again, you ABC 1, 2, 3 want to lay with each other, cut off parts that the Lord gave you, that the Lord assigned you to. So the Lord made you one of the great kings of Yasharallah, and you turn around and cut that off through your wickedness. Okay, there shall be no whores of the daughters of Yasharallah, nor a sodomite of the sons of Yasharallah. Okay, you mean to tell me Dwayne Wade must have not got this point clearly, huh? Because look what he did. He caused his son to cross through the fire of Moloch, meaning sacrifice. Okay, and it's just wicked. Keeping it moving. This is the book of Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come, Salakia, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and that land being over here in spiritual Babylon, okay, the major judgment pot, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Who's 2 parts? 2 parts of you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, the 2/3. You know, the pie chart, color out 2 portions and stare at it and let it sink in. But the 3rd shall be left therein. Only the 3rd. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua had appointed from the beginning not to fall subject to this world and the wickedness. Okay. And once again, the grooming. Now, let me give you an example of why this Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. Let me give you a little sweet example why. Just a short example. This is the book of Salakia. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1. My favorite go-getter. Just a reminder to my people who we are. Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. And in those days went out of Yasharallah, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, wicked men, who persuaded many, saying, let us go out and make a covenant with the heathens that are around about us. For since we've departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So since we departed from their wicked ways, and the Lord separated us when he led us away from bondage from Egypt, established us. We've had sorrow being obedient to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, so this device to please them well. Then certain of the people were so forward hearing, so they were so strong in their thought. It just set on them so well, and it pushed them so far that they went to the king, the Edomite king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Okay, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, not according to the law, statutes, and commandments, not according to the ark, not according to what was set up and established to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but to the enemy, the adversary. Okay, the heathen, the adversary, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to be heathen, and were so to do mischief. Okay, so we're going back to this Zechariah 13:8, and I use this verse to describe what this is saying. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, two parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire. Okay, and what's that fire? That's the temptations. That's all the circumstances that are going to befall us and come upon us sooner than later. Jacob's trouble. Okay, if you're not going through it right now, and if you are going through it right now, being a man of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you're supposed to. Okay, he said he would chastise those he loved. All right, especially if you're not doing things and playing your part like you're supposed to. But even if you are on what you think the straight path, and you're gonna still have circumstances come at you. It's the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Once again, this is what he said, verse 9, Zechariah 13:9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. Okay? All right? They shall call on my name, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, is my Abba, my Father, my Allah, my power. Okay? We got Slakia. Second Micah, and I'll skip this over. Okay, and I pray that this has been edifying to the body. This was just meant to be a quick hit. Once again, groomed for death. This I meant to pull this verse before the previous one, but this is all the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. This is Micah chapter 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Okay, this spiritual Babylon, and wherever you may be over this continent, this whole world is given to the hands of the wicked. Okay, so this is not our rest, because it is polluted. Is this not a symbol of pollution? Once again, those are two supposed to be men right there. That's supposed to be LeBron James and Bronny, not Dwayne Wade and Fonnie. Okay, you hear me? All right. So arise and depart, for this is not your rest. And we're not departing in an airplane. We're not departing in a car. We're not departing in a boat. Our minds is coming detached from the wickedness of this place. Okay, so we won't be groomed because we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. Our children, we don't have the true power to say so, but we're not going to be Dwayne Wade out here supporting that bullshit. We're going to wave our fingers and say, no, that is not the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So arise, ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. So once again, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to save the 1/3 from these conditions and allow the 2/3 to suffer along with the 17 nations. Okay, in this judgment on this side. All right, then of course the 2/3 will come back in their rightful mind and blessed, but not in the same power seat as the 1/3. Those who were faithful to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua on this side. And I pray that this has been edifying. Once again, this has been